When they arrived, they were met by gunfire.
2 officers were shot. Officers Riveros, who was airlifted to a nearby hospital and later died.
And I hope that person gets brought to justice. And I mean, when I say justice, I mean the death penalty. And I know they don't get a death penalty in California, but they should bring it back. I honestly believe that if you kill a police officer intentionally, you should be put to death. I first want to say thank you to every single person that has given to Prison Fellowship Angel Tree's summer camp, where we help send children whose parents are incarcerated to a camp that literally revolutionized their lives. Man, they have a chance to meet other kids, hear the gospel of Jesus Christ, you know, be able to get out of the neighborhood they're living in or grew up in, to go somewhere where they can feel safe and feel loved. And I mean, all of the wonderful things that occur at these mini camps. I said not mini camps, but summer camps. And I want to thank everybody that participated. Also, we give. And so Officer Tatum gave $2,000 to this cause because I believe in it. And I would never ask you guys to give to something that I don't even believe in. All right, if you want to still give, we're about 7 kids away from reaching our goal. We're almost already there. We'll leave the link in the description section, and so you can give as God has put on your heart. Let's go to the officer who was killed. I want to, give some light to that situation and, give him a little love on the channel, because I know that he lost his life, but I think it's invaluable for when the opportunity presents itself for us to cover these things and at least give him a voice. Because he had gotten killed in a senseless, violent encounter that should have never happened. But apparently this officer was an incredible officer in the community, giving back, reading the kids, some of the similar things that I've done when I was an officer. Probably a really good guy. And it's unfortunate that he lost his life this way. But I just want to give him some love and tell his story real quick. So we could play the news article. Roll it.
This community is absolutely devastated by the murder of its police officer, a 9-year veteran of the department. If you take a look to my right, you can see that is Officer Samuel Riveros' patrol vehicle, now parked by a growing memorial. You can see a lot of folks here. They have been coming by all day long. It is a heartbreaking tribute to a life lost in the line of duty.
It's extremely tragic to have to deal with this.
Visibly heartbroken, Baldwin Park Police Chief Robert Lopez delivered the devastating news.
One of our officers murdered tonight. He answered a call of duty of shots fired.
The officer killed in the line of duty has been identified as Samuel Riveros.
He was such a loving person. He was devoted to this job and he gave it his all.
Gabby Ortiz, a former dispatcher who worked closely with Officer Riveros, says he appeared to be living his dream, serving in the profession he loved.
I remember always seeing him smile and just loving to show up to work and just give it his all.
The deadly encounter happened on Saturday night around 7:12 when officers responded to reports of a man with a rifle in a Baldwin Park neighborhood near the 4200 block of Philhurst Avenue.
When they arrived, they were met by gunfire.
2 officers were shot. Officers Riveros, who was airlifted to a nearby hospital and later died, and Officer Anthony Pimentel, who is in stable condition and has since been released. A third person, believed to have been killed by the suspect, was found dead on the sidewalk.
An officer-involved shooting did occur at that time. I can't tell you how many officers fired at this time. That's still being investigated. How many shots were fired, that's all still being investigated. But the suspect was struck with gunfire, and he was transported to a local hospital in stable condition.
A somber procession made its way from Baldwin Park to Boyle Heights as the body of Officer Riveros was transported to the LA County Medical Examiner's office.
As soon as I heard that there was a police officer that got shot in Baldwin Park, You know, me and my friends that worked with him or worked together, we were like, oh my gosh, I hope it's not Sam. I hope it's not Sam, because he was one of our favorites. You know, he was just so sweet and just a great person.
Veronica Menjivar works at a coffee shop often visited by Officer Riveros.
We just all loved him. You know, when he'd walk in, we'd all, hey, Sam, and same thing, like he'd always make sure to say bye.
Veronica and many in the community have been stopping by the Baldwin Police Department to leave flowers, candles, and heartfelt messages in honor of the fallen officer.
To see one of our own, hear the tragedy is just heartbreaking.
Officer Riveros was known for his deep ties to the community he served. He loved snowboarding, was a devoted Dodgers fan, and often traveled to out-of-town games to cheer on his team.
He was just super sweet, very charismatic, just made you feel like he cared about you.
So far, authorities have not released the name of the victim found on the sidewalk, and they have not released the name of the suspect. Now, Susan, we are hearing that a memorial will be taking place here at the police department. The details are still being worked out, but it's possibly going to be on Friday.
Now, obvious question that I have is, why are they not releasing the name of the suspect? It doesn't appear by any measure that this was a minor. So why are they not releasing the name of the suspect? I just don't understand that. Anything else that happens, they'll throw the name out there as soon as possible, put the person's mugshot on it. God is my witness, if this is a white person, they put his name out there. I know it ain't a white person, because they'd have put it out there. White man, deranged Trump supporter. That's what I think. You know, I don't want to politicize it, but it just bothers me that they don't put it out there. Let the world see who did this. That person should be ashamed, and I hope that person gets brought to justice. And I mean, when I say justice, I mean the death penalty. And I know they don't get a death penalty in California, but they should bring it back. I honestly believe that if you kill a police officer intentionally, you should be put to death. And I also believe if an officer kills somebody intentionally, meaning that they do it out of malice, and not because they were afraid for their lives and they just made a mistake, but if they intentionally try to cover it up and shoot somebody and kill them with the uniform on, they should be put to death. That's how I feel. But, you know, our thoughts and prayers are with this young man's family, who's probably grieving an incredible loss, because it seemed like he was a good dude. He wasn't a Derek Chauvin or somebody that's just out here acting a fool. He was somebody that seems to be a community-oriented, good man. And, you know, reading to the kids and all that, man, I mean, it's very sad, man. It's very sad. I don't know what else to say about it. It's sad, man. I didn't even know this officer, and it makes me sad that he died, man. It's very touchy. I don't want to talk too much about it because I'm biased, right? Because I used to be a police officer. But it's a very touchy thing when somebody that you know served with all they had just for their life to be taken is very disheartening.